Premier League, who have charged Manchester City with over 100 breaches of its financial fair play rules.
If they are found guilty of the charges that they will face, that they are facing, Manchester City will face at least relegation.
So welcome back everyone to the We Are City channel for our What If Manchester City Were Relegated series into Season 4 now, Episode 4 now, where we are back in the Premier League, new beginnings. The stars, the crowd, the heat of the contest, goals scored, tackles won. Manchester City are back in the Premier League for this season, and we're looking to do big things being back in the Premier League. Confidence rating is pretty weak because, once again, they've got some pretty unrealistic objectives for us. I mean, one of those is sign 3 players born in North America again, which we're not doing again. We're going to ignore that, and we're just going to try and complete not the continental success because we're not in the Europe, but we want to finish mid-table, and they want us to reach the semi-final of the FA Cup, and that is a team that have just been promoted back to the Premier League. Now, they're going to back us in the transfer market, but we're not going to look to shake up the squad too much in our first season back in the Premier League. Now, we back in the Premier League, I wanted to look at 4 players that have played for us, where they are now. So Edison's at Ajax, Stefan Ortega Moreno, he's currently playing for Servette now, of course he moved there. Some of these players have moved and moved again. Joao Cancelo, now we're back in the Premier League, is playing for Atletico Madrid. John Stones currently plays his trade for Inter Milan. Ruben Diaz is still in the Premier League actually. He's playing for Tottenham Hotspur, so he's in the Premier League. He'll be playing against us this season at some stage. And the same goes to Manu Akanji, who plays for Aston Villa currently in the Premier League. All these players who, of course, left. Nathan Ake plays for Lazio, so Ake in Serie A. But look at that one, Joško Vardiol. He is playing for Spurs, so him and Ruben Diaz, the defensive partnership for Spurs. Vardiol and Diaz. Rodri plays for Liverpool, which is really harsh to see. Hard to see Rodri in that red kit. Calvin Phillips still plays for Galatasaray. I think he made the move there when we officially sold him. Mateo Kovacic plays for Atletico Madrid. He plays for a rival, of course, the local rivals of Real Madrid. Mateus Nunes plays for Brighton, still playing his trade under Roberto De Zerbi. Bernardo Silva joined Paris Saint-Germain, and he's recently moved to AC Milan after all these seasons. He's playing in Italy now, Bernardo Silva. Kevin De Bruyne plays for Liverpool. Again, like Rodri, that is so strange to see. I mean, the others are as well, but De Bruyne at Liverpool, no way. Jeremy Doku plays for Napoli. He plays his trade in Serie A, and he's doing pretty well there. I'm sure he's 84 rated now. Alvarez plays for Spurs, the third player of ours that went to Spurs. Ange Postecoglou has really managed to convince them. Erling Haaland plays for Arsenal. Well, think about if Arsenal actually had Erling Haaland in their side, how good Arsenal would be, missing a striker. And then finally, Jack Grealish, he plays for Bournemouth. He's not really made a massive step up after leaving Manchester City, has he? Now, we're looking to really improve the squad going to the Premier League. So Robertson, we let him go to Luton for 1.8 million. We are looking at making the squad good enough to play Premier League football. Nico Riley's moved to Cardiff on a 12-month loan. Thomas Galvez joined Royal Antwerp on a 12-month loan. Like I said, cutting down the squad because we've got to be Premier League level now. It's better than the Championship. Ferro has left the club after being pretty good for us. He's gone to Sheffield for 3.3 million. Callum Talbot has joined El Ittihad for 1.6 million. Moved away from the club, the Aussie. We've lost Luke Mbete on a 12-month loan to AZ Alkmaar, but I don't think he's ever going to make it, Luke Mbete, unfortunately. Kian Brecken has joined Watford for 2.5 million. He's played quite a few bits of football for us. Ante Palaversa, profit made, 4.4 million to Osasuna in La Liga. Filip Stevanovic to Turkey for 3 million to Trabzonspor there. Good move for him. Slobodan Tedic to Watford for 2.1 million. Plenty of moves as we try to, transform into a Premier League side. Therese Campbell for 3.4 million to Genoa. Ben Knight to Colne for 2.2 million. And then finally, another departure. We looked at bringing a player in, and one of those was Kyle Walker-Peters. So Kyle Walker-Peters, we're looking at a right back to sort of be a backup to CJ Egan-Riley. Walker-Peters plays for one of our sister clubs in Girona currently. Mikel, the manager, we're going to try and bring him in. We were looking to offer players in this deal, maybe to try and bring the price down if we could do. And we weren't exactly sure who to offer in the deal. But Kyle Walker-Peters, I mean, we literally have no fullbacks, official fullbacks in the squad. CJ Egan-Riley is a centre-back. Kevin Paredes, who we've played at left-back, is a left-winger. So fullbacks are important to be in the Premier League, and City are lacking in fullbacks. So Villabre we're going to offer plus 4 million, see if that deal can be done. They want Emilio Lawrence, who's a player that we're not looking to sell permanently at all. He's a young player coming through our youth system, signed from Everton. Looks very good. And I just thought, you know what, we'll just offer his value, 10.5 million. They want 11.5. I thought they'll accept 11. surely he'll accept 11. Meet in the middle, be fair with Girona here. 11 million deal agreed for Kyle Walker-Peters, who's always impressed when he's played in the Premier League. He's played in the Premier League for a long time. He's one of those very versatile players. As I throw my things across the room here by mistake. He is a decent enough player, can play left back and right back. He's experienced at 29, and he's got Premier League experience, which is something we certainly need in our side. That's something we certainly are looking for. So Kyle Walker-Peters, deal agreed with him. He moves to Manchester City from Girona. £11 million deal to bring in Kyle Walker-Peters, and that's a really good signing for us. And that's a good right back, a solid right back, a Premier League proven right back, being back in the Premier League. And we weren't going to stop there with transfers in, because we needed a left back as well. And Alejandro Grimaldo, who has been an absolute revelation for Xabi Alonso's Bayer Leverkusen, seemed like the perfect type of deal. Why Manchester City didn't pick up this man on a free transfer when he's available in seasons gone past, I don't know, especially playing as an attacking fullback. There isn't many better out there, I don't think, than Alejandro Grimaldo. So we're going to offer 30 million, and there isn't really anyone we can offer in their fullbacks. We only have Kyle Walker-Peters. So it is just going to be 30 million plus Moa Ramos. Trying to lowball him there. They wanted Claudio Gomez, which I wasn't entirely sure about. Claudio Gomez is sort of a key player for us. He has been for a while. But we're going to drop it up to 31 million now. He's valued at around 40, and they agree a £31 million deal for Alejandro Grimaldo. He has only got 10 months left on his contract, but he is still one of the best fullbacks in the world, and I think that he will be our mainstay at left-back till the end of this series. That would not surprise me if he is, because he is so good. 30 years of age, experienced like Walker-Peters, bit of a stopgap, but just that immediate quality. They are these immediate quality players that we bring in to sort of be that immediate quality since we are promoted to the Premier League, because the Championship and the Premier League are very, very different levels. Very different levels. And as it takes some time to load here for whatever reason, it's surprised that Grimaldo has joined Manchester City. Here he arrives at the training ground at the City Football Academy to meet Pep Guardiola, to meet their Phil Foden, Alejandro Grimaldo, former Barcelona and Benfica fullback, signed here from Bayer Leverkusen. A very good sign. A stopgap maybe in that position as he's there alongside Rico Lewis and Phil Foden looking on. Two of our key younger players. But Grimaldo's a brilliant signing. Absolutely fantastic signing. I'm excited to have him here at the club, and I think he's going to make an immediate impact at that left-back role. He won't give him the number 4 shirt. Maybe he'll wear the number 3. But there he is. Grimaldo at Manchester City. Our left-back sign for this season. 2 big deals completed there for Walker-Peters and Grimaldo. Really stepping up our full-back department. 31 million. I think it's a good deal for a player who we know is considered one of the best full-backs in Europe. And he's made his way to Manchester City and back under Pep Guardiola, who he worked under a little bit of time, didn't he, when he was at Barcelona as a youngster. So this is how the first team is looking now with those 2 new fullbacks in there. We're going to change the formation this time and go to a 4-2-3-1. I mean, that Luis Gomez partnership in the middle is pretty good. We've got Sergio Gomez, an 83 rated right winger. I don't know whether to play him as a central midfielder, take an upgrade on him. We've got Walker-Peters there, who'll make it onto the bench as well. There's certainly areas of the team we can still improve on, but I don't want to go overly crazy on our first season in the Premier League. Of course, our only aim is to get mid-table. And we've lost Villarreal as well to Benfica. He's left on a 12-month loan. You can see all the deals here that have moved away from the club. Some big transfers so far in the transfer market. Lots of outs and a few ins completed at Manchester City, but that is the idea. Like we said, we do want to vamp this squad up to a Premier League level side. And with that, we are looking at a centre-back. Now, Antonio Silva looks a great option. So is Scalvini. And so does Eric Garcia. And there's a few players we're looking at, as well as Lazar Smarzvic and also Lucas Felix Nemecha on the list of players to bring in. All look like good options. But Eric Garcia, Pep Guardiola, one of his favourite players he used at Manchester City, he brought Eric Garcia through, and he actually trusts in Eric Garcia. So I thought, why not bring Eric Garcia back as an 80-rated centre-back, someone who's not too high of a level from a side that are newly promoted. Negotiating here with Xavi of Barcelona, still there. He wants over 25 million for the centre-back, which just is not a deal. We're going to complete 25 million. But 20 million has been agreed for Eric Garcia. And like I said, Pep Guardiola loved Eric Garcia at Manchester City. He's played in the holding midfield role for Barcelona at times. City agreed to sign him for Girona. He's played on loan at Girona. And he's one that Pep Guardiola likes a lot. As a City fan, I thought he was good. I never rated him as this incredible defender. that some made him out to be that Barcelona thought he would be, and he's not been at Barcelona, has he, at all? He's not been this superstar defender. But I think for what we're looking for, a solid option, an experienced player, one that Pep Guardiola knows well, I think Eric Garcia certainly is that player. So the Spaniard comes to Manchester City. He joins Kyle Walker-Peters and Alejandro Grimaldo as Pep Guardiola's first signs back in the Premier League here with Manchester City. As we look to build this squad up slowly, like I said, 6 seasons we've got, 6 seasons to try and win the treble. So we've been promoted time and time again. Eric Garcia has put through his paces there in the medical. I mean, he's not someone who's going to be sort of quick at running, is he? He's certainly not that sort of player. He's not someone with a lot of pace. He's so slow. But he's very highly rated by top managers like Pep Guardiola, Xavi. I mean, Luis Enrique puts him in the Spain squad. He rates him as well. Yeah, so if the big manager's rating, there must be something about him, so we bring him back. So return for Manchester City for Eric Garcia from Barcelona for 20 million. And I also wanted to bring back a midfielder in Felix Nemecha, playing for Wolfsburg. He played for our youth team, and I thought, I ummed and ahed, but I wasn't sure that where to make a move from him. I thought, you know what, 25 years of age, the German, he would be a real physical force. He's very skillful. £87 million release clause he would not be paying. But I tried to negotiate a deal here for Felix Nemecha because I thought, you know what, he's going to be the sort of player we want. So we offered it 39.5 million his actual value. They wanted Claudio Gomez plus 30, which was nowhere near the sort of money we're looking to pay for our midfield to be a sort of backup, really, in a sense. We went back in with 39.5 and they said, get lost, basically. So Felix Nemecha, player, we decided, you know what, we'll hang off for now on Felix Nemecha. We won't make a move for him. And looking at the transfers we have made, Eric Garcia for 20 million, Kyle Walker-Peters for 11, and Alejandro Grimaldo for 31. They are 3 very good transfers, all bolstering that back line as we now go back into the Premier League, with of course players leaving as well. And Sergio Gomez, we have developed him from a right winger to a central midfielder. So he swapped a few times between those positions. With no chance to sign Felix Nemecha, I've decided to actually develop Sergio Gomez as a central midfielder and play him there for this season. I mean, he's a very good all-rounder, and if you can improve that physicality as well, he will be some midfielder, Sergio Gomez. He really will. So this other side looking to go into the season, then we've got a 79 rated Bazunu in goal, a 77 rated Egan Riley at right back. I mean, we could easily swap him out for Kyle Walker-Peters, who's slightly highly rated, but we wanted to develop Garcia and Doyle, 80 rated partnership with 85 Grimaldo in the left back role, 82 rated Gomez and 90 rated Rico Lewis in the midfield too. And in front it's 82 rated McAtee. We've got an 80 rated Bob and captain Phil Foden, 92 rated in the far left hand side. Lewis and Foden the key players on this side. Up top is an 84 rated Liam Delap. On the bench we've got a good side as well. Pepe 84 rated, Lawrence 75, Sergio Gomez 83 and Tommy Doyle 77, Paredes 79 and Dye 77, and then Walker-Peters 78 rated as well. Makes it a very good looking bench in terms of quality. And the same for the reserves as well. A few young players. Posetas not going to play much games for us, but I like that. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with the way the side's developing, and I think it can continue to develop over this season. So we simulated all the way to the halfway point of the season. The days, the months, the games, and everything flew by with plenty of action until we got to the halfway point of the season, where not all the results went our way. We found ourselves 4th place in the Premier League table at this point of the season at halfway. After 19 games, 10 wins, 5 draws and 4 losses, 29 goals scored, 27 conceded, only a goal difference of +2 on 35 points. But in the top 4, considering it's our first time back in the Premier League, promoted to the Premier League, that's not bad, is it, at all? Not bad. And considering the club's board just said, come on, Pep, just get us mid-table for this season. Let's ease ourselves back into being a good team. Pep's taking it seriously. He's got us up to the 4th position. Rico Lewis, Foden, our higher rated players, definitely the most involved. Lewis is now 91 rated, by the way. They are our most used players so far. Expected. Phil Foden's got 4 goals and 5 assists in that time. Oscar Bob, 7 goals and 2 assists, grown to 81 rated. Claudio Gomez plotting a lot of games. Gavin Bazunu, our first choice keeper. Delap's got 11 goals for himself, which is good to see. McAtee's got 5 goals for himself as well in there. Doyle 3, Delap 3. Indala 3. And as for assists, Foden's top, Doyle's got 4 as well. Definitely a lot of players performing, which is good to see. And our most least used players, Grimshaw and Moa Ramos, Kane Tilly yet to make an appearance for the club. Posetas has only played 3 games, he's got a goal. Lane only 4. Burns, of course, out on loan. Garcia has only played 7. So from the halfway point, we sim till the end of the season to see how Manchester City's season finished up. What could Pep Guardiola achieve? Well, this Serie A side's looking, and the development looks fantastic. 84 rated Delap and 84 rated James McAtee in that forward line, with an 82 rated Bob and a 92 rated Foden. Rico Lewis now the same rated as Phil Foden as well, in 92 rated alongside an 83 rated Gomez. Grimaldo stays at 85. Egan Riley is 78. And you've got Garcia 81, Callum Doyle 80, and Gambazzuno 82 in goal there. Really highly developed side. Paredes on there as well, 79. Pepe's gone to 85. Gomez 84. And the players in the reserves as well, the younger players, they continue to develop despite not being entirely happy with the amount of game time they have been playing in this side. And the main thing is, how did we finish in the season? We finished second in the Premier League season, and we got back into Champions League football. So we aim was mid-table. We get back into the Champions League. A second place finish, 9 points off league leaders and eventual winners, Liverpool. We won 20 games, got 10 draws and 8 losses, plus 60 goal difference. And you can see there from the stats, we are not scoring enough goals really, and we're conceding more than anyone else as well. A goal difference of only 13, the lowest in the top 4. Southampton, Brighton bottom of the table, and Crystal Palace were all relegated from the Premier League. But we're back in the Champions League already, which is a really good achievement. FA Cup final is between Villa and Chelsea. Manchester City were knocked out in the early stages, were we? Very early stage, it seems, wherever we were. Round 3? Surely not round 3, the first round. There we were, round 3, the first round of the FA Cup. We were knocked out 2-1 to West Ham United. In the Carabao Cup, Liverpool were the winners. Manchester City made it to the quarter-finals, beaten by the eventual winners Liverpool in a 4-1 defeat. Of course, the Champions League, we're not in it, but it's a PSG-Real Madrid final between those two big sides there. So Manchester City, our most used player was Rico Lewis, Foden and Gomez. Key players, Gambazzuno as well, including that, as well as Oscar Bob off that right-hand side. Really impressive. Delap got 18 goals this season, but not quite enough. Bob got 12 off that right-hand side. Foden with 8, McAtee with 6, and Paredes got 5 from left-back, which is not too bad for a full-back. Doyle got 4 as well from midfield, and Dala 4. Rico Lewis 3 from midfield. Pepe got only 2 goals and 18 appearances for a star striker. That's pretty poor. Foden and Doyle tied on top in assists. McAtee in there as well. Our least used player was Grimshaw, Moa Ramos and Kane Taylor, who didn't make a single appearance for us. Spike Brits made 3 and so on. So that is how the stats are looking. We have got back into the Champions League. I mean, some of these players are going to leave, want to leave, but we're going to make bigger moves in the transfer market next time out and try and improve this team again. We'll see you guys next time for Champions League football.